So you have mentioned about the narratives of different nations. It was whose idea there? By the individuals or the government?
Very good.
Number one. Number two, in this connection, what do you think is no grand narrative or narrative has been made for India? What is the cause? And do you think now that you have made so much of study on this subject, you have any thoughts about the narrative?
Yes, I will answer that. Extremely good questions. So, you see, the narratives of these nations are, most nations' narratives have been made by the elite, intellectual elite. Doesn't mean government, but intellectual elite. There is intellectual elite who made up this narrative of who we are. And, you know, like China, the narrative is sort of, we are Mandarin-speaking people, but there used to be many other languages which they've replaced, and so they kind of trampled over them. And now they're digesting Tibet. In another couple of generations, the Tibetan people will be told you're part of the Han Chinese Mandarin narrative, and those people are in the museum, they were there once upon a time, they'll be digested. So, grand narratives have a elitism component in them. This is very true. But you know, my idea of an Indian narrative is based on the unified philosophical foundation and not sort of great heroic, you know, historical characters kind of thing. And if we really believe this is Sanatana Dharma, if we really believe that this is Satchitanand, if we really believe that this is rhythm, this is the fabric of the universe, this is how the universe is, that is not made up by me, you, by Vivekananda, by Ramakrishna, by anybody, it is the innate nature of reality. If we really believe in that, then a narrative which starts with that as a foundation, and that is why I propose our philosophical thought as the grand narrative of India, as the foundation of the grand narrative of India, that we are a nation not based on a narrative of racial uniformity like Japan, not linguistic homogeneity like China or France or Russia, not historical heroes who won wars and who invaded others, like, you know, English people have this narrative about themselves and Americans and whatnot. They talk about the greatness of how their forefathers expanded and took this and that. In our case, it can be a narrative based on our deep philosophy. This is my proposal in this book, Indra's Net. That is what I'm hoping we can. So, I'm defending Swami Vivekananda because I want the idea of a unified dharma, and the opponents are saying there is no such thing and Vivekananda has made it up. So I'm defending Vivekananda. After defending Vivekananda, I'm able to show that there is a unified philosophy. And then I suggest that this is nation building. It is not just for us, it is a nation building. And maybe, and I would go further and say it is human building, because this is universal. This is the kind of a universal truth. So we can have a grand narrative of we the human beings kind of thing.